two, one. Let's hit start. All right. I'm gonna sit cross-legged. Let's do our usual. So find a sitting position that's comfortable yet alert. Get your spine nice and tall, but not rigid. And close your eyes or gaze softly in front of you, whichever is more comfortable. And let's begin with 3 deep breaths together. So breathe in through the nose, and then long, controlled breath out. Relax your body as you exhale. Number 2, let's breathe in through the nose. And then once again, settling down as you breathe out. Controlled, long. All right, one more deep breath together. Let's breathe into the nose. Feel the chest expand, maybe sit up a little bit taller. And then long breath out, relaxing. And you can resume a normal breathing pattern. And then relax your whole body, head to toe. So eyelids, face, neck, shoulders. And just letting the weight of gravity take over with the arms, letting them rest either in your lap, at your sides, maybe resting on your knees. It doesn't matter. Continue to breathe. Maybe taking a moment to notice how your chest and belly expands and contracts. And then just notice how you could focus in your breath, your full and complete breath, just breathing in all the way to the top. And as you breathe out, all the way at the bottom. And see how many breaths you can keep track of or focus in on. So breathing in and out, and counting 1. And then breathing in and out, and counting 2. And see how many breaths you can get to before you realize that you're thinking about something else. Maybe you can only get to 1 or 2, and see if you can strive to get to that third one. Maybe you're at 4 or 5. See if you can get to that 6th one, and then just keep going. In these last few moments, I want you to just sit here and do nothing at all. let's take one more deep breath together and hold it at the top. And when you hear the singing bowl, I want you to exhale and gently open up your eyes. All right, I'm gonna hop off my block and let's turn counterclockwise, looking back behind us. Press the right hand gently into the left knee. Okay, spine is nice and tall. Turn the chin into the left shoulder. And then as you exhale, unwind, come back to the front. And let's get the other side. Turning clockwise, looking back at what's behind you. Okay, chin to the right shoulder. Oof. And then as you exhale one more time, come back to center. And let's get a sitting side stretch. So start by reaching as high as you can up to your ceiling. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. And then plant the left palm on the mat and reach the right arm over your body towards the upper left-hand corner of the room. And feel the stretch all the way down the right side, all the way to the hip. And then let's gently lift the left hand back up at the top and plant the right palm on the mat. Left palm or left arm reaches over your body to the upper right hand corner of the room. And then same thing, feel the stretch down the left side of your body to your left hip. And then we'll bring that right hand back up. And then bring the hands to heart center. Ooh. All right, let's keep our legs where they are. Let's get a sitting neck stretch. So gently sit on your right fingertips and reach over your head with your left hand. Okay. Sitting on your right fingertips is to pull your right shoulder down. Okay, hopefully you accentuate the stretch on the right. Okay, and at your own pace, roll your head forward and back. Okay, we all have our own tight spots. Find where it feels best for you, or just freely oscillate back and forth. No wrong answer. Okay, hopefully that feels as good for you as it does for me. And we'll gently release the head. Okay, switch fingertips. Now we're sitting on the left. Our right arm reaches over your head. And we're feeling the stretch on the left side. Oof. All right, and we can release the head and then the left fingertips, and let's get our cobbler pose. So bring the soles of your feet together in front of you and pull your heels in as far as feels comfortable. Let the knees drop, and then try to bring your belly button to your toes. Relax your legs. And see if you can pull your torso down a little bit more every time you exhale. Okay, back is still straight. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale here, round out your back, slide Reach your hands in front of you. Reach, reach, reach. Feel the inner thighs. Whoa. All right, you can sit back up. Let's do another spine twist. I'm going to extend out. Ooh, crack my leg muscles. All right, extend out the left leg. Let's plant the right foot in the outside part of the left knee. We turn our torsos clockwise, wrapping our left arm around the right knee. Okay, very similar to the one we did earlier. Although I definitely feel this a little bit all the way down my glute. Okay, let's unwind and switch legs. So that right leg is extended. Plant the left foot, wrap the right arm around. We are stretching out that left glute and feeling the spine twist. And see how far back behind you you can look to the left. All right, that's about good. All right, I'm gonna take off my socks and we'll stand up. Guess the sock detail doesn't really matter for the rest of you, but groan as you get up. All right, find that nice wide stance. We know this one's my favorite. Toes facing forward, legs are straight. Arms reach up to the ceiling to begin. And then control the swan dive all the way down. Okay. You can rest your palms or fingertips on your mat. Give yourself a gentle push as you look back behind you. And every time you breathe out, relax your body, let the stretch take over. And then let's fold our arms and rest your forehead on your forearms and rock side to side, getting even deeper on that hamstring stretch. Feet are gripped on the mat. Oh, yes. And then let's go for, even deeper stretch. Let's clasp those hands behind you and reach your hands up towards the ceiling or towards the front of the room. We are hanging out even more. Oh my goodness. I should have done this yesterday. And then let's release the hands and plant the right palm in the floor right in front of your face. Okay, press that right palm into the ground. Arm is straight. And then reach the left fingertips up to the ceiling. Turning the chin up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest towards the left. And then on your next exhale, let's drop the left hand down to the ground, swap palms. Left palm is planted, right fingertips reach up. Ooh. And then we'll gently bring the right arm back down to the ground. All right. Let's rotate 90 degrees to the right and come into a lunge. Okay, right leg is supporting, fingertips barely touching the floor. And then gently lower the left knee down to the ground. You can bring your torso up and arms up. Okay, rotate your hips. You should feel the stretch in your left hip flexor. Oof. Arms can either reach up to the ceiling, or if you want to go for the gold, take that left arm and gently reach it over your head to the right and pull in that hip from both the top and the bottom. Go for the gold. It's kind of funny because the Olympics are happening. No pun was intended, but here we are. Oh, reach a little bit more. Release that hip as much as you can. And then we'll gently bring the arms and torso back down. Let's lift the left knee up. Now we're in a low lunge. And then gently come back to center. Straighten both legs for just a moment in the middle. And then let's rotate 90 degrees to the left. We're in a low lunge on the left. And then we'll drop that right knee down, untuck the right foot or right toes, arms come up, and we're feeling the stretch in the right hip flexor. Ugh. Okay, really reach with the arms up in the air. Release the hip. All right, and then we'll bring the arms back down, get back on the right toes and lift the right knee. And rotate once again to the center. And let the upper body dangle, arms dangle. And let's straighten up on a 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, control it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, I'm gonna bring my legs together. Let's do a standing side stretch. So bring the feet and legs together, stand up nice and tall. Arms come up, take a look through your hands, reach for the ceiling. And let's start with the left arm down as you reach the right fingertips overhead to the left. Okay, it's the balancing version of what we did earlier, but you should feel the stretch from your right fingertips all the way down to your hip. And as you sigh or groan, reach a little bit more. And then we'll gently lift the left hand back up. And let's drop the right arm down. Kick out the left hip. And we're breathing, stretching, wondering where everyone else in your house is because it's 6:50 and they leave at 7:25 or 7:15. And then we'll lift the right arm up, look through the hands, and then bring the hands to heart center. Ooh. And then keeping the hands and torso still, let's go transition into Malasana. So medium stance, toes facing at about 45 degrees. Okay, sorry. I was finding a balance there. And then lower yourself down. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Make some noises at home. I know I can see the faces. For anyone watching the recording, make faces. We can't see you, but we feel your energy. And by that, I mean I feel my legs. And we're breathing, we're balancing, and we're sitting in the pain cave. And we'll count us down from 5, 4, 3, two, one. Put my hands on my legs. Oh, oh my goodness. Ugh. All right, let's do some more hip flexor stuff because I need it. We're gonna start by going down on our knees. Okay. You can extend out. I'm gonna start by staying on my right knee, extending out my left leg. Okay, rotating the hips once again. Let's lift the right arm either up to the ceiling or reaching towards the left. Okay, do you feel that in your hip flexor? Hopefully you do, or even just the left side. Ugh. All right, and then we're going to gently come forward, keeping the legs where they are. Let's do two cat cows here. So breathe in, head up. And breathe out, round out the back. Ugh. Let's do one more, and then we'll switch legs. Breathe in, head up. Ooh. Breathe out, arch the back like a cat. Ugh. And then we'll come to a neutral spine. Bring the left knee down to the mat. Let's extend out that right leg. And we'll do two more cat cows for this side before we do the hip flexor. So breathe in, head up. Exhale, head down. Really push the palms into the floor. One more breath cycle. Breathe in. Ooh. And then exhale. All right, let's bring our torsos up. Okay. Let's rotate the hip forward and reach the left arm over your head towards the right. You can even slide your right hand down your right leg. Okay, see how far you can go. Feels like a bow from your left knee through your left side to your left fingertip. And we're breathing. And we are feeling the stretch on the left. Hello. All right. Let's bring both arms up. And then bring the hands back to heart center. Oh, all right. Let's do, let's stay on our knees as we do some neck stretches. Let's grab our left wrist behind our back. Drop the head over to the right of the chicken wing side. And then lean the head back as we look up. And then roll the head forward as we look down. And yeah, look back up. It seems like my neck needs a little bit more stretching today than other days. And then one more time down, and then we can switch the chicken wing side. All right, come to neutral, and then bring the head back up. We'll switch wrists, dropping the left ear down to the left shoulder. And every time you exhale, see if you can reach a little bit more. And then tilting the head back as we look up. Then we're rolling forward as we look down. Okay, one more time up. Ooh. And then last time down. Very good. All right, and then bring the head back to center as we release that right wrist. Oh, get ready to stand. Let's do some, oh, goodness, do some groaning. All right, come to the front of your mat. Bring your feet and legs together. Arms Reach up, look through the hands. Let's do 2 warm-up swan dives. So legs are straight as you swan dive down. Reach for the ground, reach for your toes. Come up to flat back, resting your hands on your shins or your knees. And then exhale, round out your back, eyes up, reverse swan dive. For 1, hands are at the top. And let's swan dive back down. Up to flat back. Exhaling, rounding out that back, and then eyes up, reverse swan dive. Hands at the top. Okay, swan dive down for a 3rd time. Up to flat back. And then as you exhale, round at your back, plant both palms on the mat, step back into plank, and let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Okay. Return to plank, and you push up here and into downward dog. Fingertips are spread evenly. Push the floor away in front of you. Okay, feeling the calves. And just bicycle the legs, bending the left, driving the right heel down to the mat. Okay, switch sides, focusing on the left, bending the right knee. Okay, back to the left. Let's do 4 cycles. Call it out. Back over to the left. Okay, switch sides. Now that right leg is straight. Really drive the heel down to the mat. Feel the stretch all the way through your calf. Okay, 1 more time here, I think. I'm mostly counting. Okay, last time on the right before we do some crescent pose. All right, straighten both legs. And before we do a crescent pose, we're going to do another sun salutation. So walk the feet slowly towards the hands. Reverse swan dive to the hands are at the top. And then swan dive back down. Up to flat back. Exhale, plant those palms back on your mat, stepping back into a plank position and chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank, push up here if you like, on your way to down dog. And then we're going to start with the left leg. So bring your feet and legs together, float the left heel up into the air. And then swing the left leg through and plant it in front. Then bring your arms and torso up. Okay, that right heel is reaching for the ground. Right leg is straight. Fingertips and arms are reaching for the ceiling, and we are in crescent pose. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, bring the hands to heart center and then transition straight into prayer twist, pressing the right elbow into the left knee. Hands are stacked. Left elbow faces the ceiling. And we're breathing. Okay. Gently return to crescent pose. Arms are straight. Reach for the ceiling. And then bring the hands back down. Plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. Let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay. Back to plank. Getting a push up here. And return to downward dog. Let's hit the right side. So feet together. Float the right heel up into the air. And swing the right leg through and plant it in front. And come into crescent pose on the right. The left heel is reaching for that mat. Left leg is straight. Hopefully your front knee is tracking over your front ankle. Okay. Feel that left hip stretch. We all know I love hips and hamstrings. All right, bring the hands or palm together, or I guess hands together, palms at center, and then transition into prayer twist on the other side. I was about to say bring palms together, but we all only have one palm. Or no, we have two palms. I need my coffee to hit. I don't think the coffee is fully digested. That's okay. I'm just talking to myself anyways. But we're breathing, stretching. Can't really press the palms together. Brain not working. It's Monday. All right, let's return to crescent pose. Reach the fingertips up to the ceiling. I know your right quads are maybe on fire, but bring the arm back down. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Walk the feet towards the hands for a sun salutation, and reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan diving all the way down, up to flat back. Exhaling, rounding out that back, planting both palms, or back into plank. Chaturanga down to our upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Give me a push up here into downward dog. We're back in the left side to start the warrior sequence. Feet together. Bring that left leg up into the air and swing the left leg through and plant it in front. And as your arms come up, that right heel comes down for warrior one. Settle with the breath. Find your foundation. All right. And then arms front and back for warrior two. Palms are facing the ground, arms parallel to the ground. All right, let's get back into reverse warrior. Right hand resting gently on the right leg. Left fingertips reach for the back of the room. And then return to warrior two. And let's do our triangle pose. So reach as far forward as you can with those left fingertips. Reach a little bit more, and then bring the left fingertips or left palm down to the mat. Right fingertips reach for your ceiling. Okay, turn your chin, look up if you haven't already. Mentally prepping for the next one. You all know it's coming. Let's execute. Bring that right arm behind the lower back. Left arm reaches underneath the left leg. Okay, so you can turn that right shoulder and open up your chest a little bit more. Make the sound, I know it helps. And we'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn to triangle pose. And then pop up into warrior two. I know that left leg is crying out loud or silently, who knows? Dipping back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. And then swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And then as your arms come up, that right heel arms come down, right heel comes up, plant both palms, left leg is back in the plank. And let's chaturanga down, do an upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Then we do a sun salutation. So walk the feet towards the hands and reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive back down. Okay, that should feel pretty easy now. Up and flat back. And exhale, round out that back, plant both palms, and work back into a plank position. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank, push up here if you'd like. Into downward dog. Returning to the right side. So feet together, float that right heel up into the air. And swing that right leg through and plant it in front. We come into warrior one on the right. Okay, palms are facing one another, arms are parallel, fingertips reach for the ceiling. Okay, and then turn into warrior two. Once again, palms facing the ground, arms are parallel, chin turned forward. And then gently dip back into reverse warrior on the left. Okay, just like the other side, don't put too much weight on that back leg with the left hand. Right fingertips reach for the back of the knee. Back to warrior two. And then reach forward with the right hand, right fingertips, and drop the right palm or right fingertips down to the ground as the left fingertips reach up for a triangle pose. All right, here it comes. Reach behind your lower back with that left arm. Right arm reaches underneath your right leg. And we're grabbing with our fingertips or our palms. You know, some can get wrists, whatever. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, release the right hand back down to the ground. The left fingertips reach up. And let's pop back up into warrior two. Dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swing that left arm up to warrior one. And as your arms come down, that left heel comes up, plant both palms. Right leg come back to plank. And let's chaturanga down. Do an upward dog. Back to plank, push up here, and return to downward dog. Ooh, settle with your breath. That felt like a lot on my legs. Over here. All right, take a quick peek at the space in between your hands. That's where we're going to walk our feet to the chair pose on three. One, two, three. Gently walking the feet forward, feet and legs together. Drop your bottom down. Arms come up, just like the warrior pose. Palms face one another, arms are parallel. Don't let the elbows flare out. Breathe. And keeping the torso still, slowly straighten yourself up. Okay. Reach for the ceiling. Get off the heels. Breathe. Reach a little bit higher with those feet. See how hard you can work the calves. And then gently exhale as you lower your heels back down. Hands come together at heart center. Let's do twisting chair pose on the right. Left elbow is pressed into the right knee. See how much you can bend those knees and lower your bottom. Hands are stacked. And you can even turn your gaze upwards if you can keep your balance there. All right. Come back to center. Right, reach the arms back up. Get those heels off the mat. Okay, reach, reach, reach. Work the calves. Work those stabilizer muscles. Breathing, reaching. Take a deep breath into the nose. And as you slowly breathe out through the mouth, lower the heels, hands come back to center. And we're coming into twisting chair pose on the left. Once again, bending the knees as much as you can as you lower your bottom down for twisting chair pose. All right, last time back to center, straightening up our bodies. Last and third time, heels off the mat. Okay, really see how high you can get your heels, balancing on your toes. Maybe you're shaking a little bit. That's okay. And then gently lower yourself back down. Bring the hands to center. I want to take a quick water break or bathroom break. I'll be back very shortly. All right. Thank you for waiting. We're back in business. Let's do tree. I'm going to hit start. So I'm going to get 98% of our weight on our left foot, left leg, and then bring the right foot into position. Okay, wherever is comfortable for you. I like it above my knee, but that seems to work for me. And find whichever hand position works well. If you need to find a wall or a chair or something to hold on to, that's perfectly good. Ooh. Okay, maybe stare at a stationary object. You're looking good today. And we'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Right leg comes out. We're going to shake out the left ankle. It's always a lot. Let's get 98% of our weight on our right foot and our right leg. Gently bring the left foot into position. See if we can plant it. Ooh. Ooh. A little slippage, but that's okay. But we're balancing, breathing. We'll give David a second to find his center. You got it. Keep going. We'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg comes out, shaking out the right ankle, and then we'll have a seat. Ooh. Yay, sitting options. Okay, we're going to do table. So plant the feet in front of you, plant the palms behind you, both shoulder distance apart. And then prop yourself up, push your hips up towards the ceiling as you drop your head back. Okay, active stretch here. Constantly push the hips up. Don't just rest there. Somehow stretching your shoulders in this one. All right, and on the way down, don't just crash. Control the landing as you come down. You can keep your feet and legs where they are as you lie down on your back. We're going to do bridge next. Ugh. All right. Clasp your hands underneath you as you push your hips up to the ceiling. Once again, roll onto the shoulders. Keep the knees from bowing out. Okay, and once again, active stretch, active push. It's about good. One vertebra at a time, control the descent. Okay, control, control, control. Until you're all the way down. Ugh. Okay, now we're going to stretch out those glutes. I'm going to keep my left foot planted, bring my right ankle onto my left quad. Let's grab the left shin or the left hamstring, depends on your flexibility. We're going to do 3 long breaths, and every time you exhale, relax. Let the stretch get deeper into that right glute. So breathe into the nose, and then breathe out, letting the stretch get deeper, like I said, onto that right glute. Number 2, let's breathe in, and then control the breath as you exhale. Last time on this side, breathing into the nose and out through the mouth. And then releasing the left leg, planting the right foot down, getting the left ankle into place. And we're grabbing the right shin now. And let's repeat those 3 breaths. So breathing into the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, number 2, breathing in. Long breath out. Last time, give me a deep inhale. And a long, controlled exhale. And then release the right leg. We're going to stay in our backs for happy baby. So both legs up in the air. Grab either your big toes or the outside parts of your feet and pull your knees in toward your underarms. And then rock side to side. Massage your spine against your mat. Ooh. Take care of your spine. All right, you can release the legs and release the feet back down. Let's do a supine twist. So let's start with the right knee in towards your chest. Enjoying that little stretch as you pull in your right shin. And then let's bring the right knee over to the left side of your body. Right arm extends out, looking towards your right. Really releasing the spine as we twist and breathe. Okay, every time you exhale, hopefully that right knee and your right hand gets closer to the ground. Okay, let's come back to center. Ugh. Bringing your left knee and left leg in towards your chest. Hug that left knee in. And let's bring the left knee over to the right side of your body. Left arm extends out to the left. Once again, long, controlled exhales. Relax the body, relaxing into that twist. Releasing any tension you have in your spine. Ooh. All right, let's bring that left leg slowly back to center. We're gonna sit up. Ooh. And do a cat cow. Okay. Roll up your mat a couple times. You want to have a little extra support for the knees. I don't know why you wouldn't, but untuck the toes. We're on all fours, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's breathe in as we bring our head up, chest is down. And exhale, round out the back, drop the head down to the ground, look back at your toes. Okay, inhale, head up. And then exhale, head back down. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head back up. Okay, really push the palms into the floor. Okay, rounding out the back now. I think that was 4. Last full cycle. Inhale, head up. Ugh. Exhale, head down. All right, let's hop off the mat. Ugh. Okay, flatten out your mat. We have time for a few more. Let's do a hamstring stretch. So we're sitting back down, legs are in front of us. Let's do this into a child's pose. So left leg is out in front, right heel's in toward your soft tissue. You can add a block to reinforce the flexed foot. Add the arms in, up top. And exhale over the straight left leg. Reach evenly with the fingertips. And keep the back of the left knee on the mat. Breathe. release that side. Switch legs. Oh, just take your time getting there. But bring your left heel in towards your soft tissue. Right foot is flexed so your toes are facing the ceiling. Arms up top. And we're exhaling down. Ooh, we are feeling good. Hopefully. And you're feeling that right hamstring getting ready to do both. So you can release that, keeping the right leg exactly where it already is, adding the left leg right next to it. So your thighs, knees, calves, heels, or ankles, not heels. That's weird. Anyhow, arms back up top. Both legs are straight. Take a deep breath in. We know it's coming. Reach over both straight legs. Okay. And if you try to reach for your toes, and if your toes are reachable, so you can reach for your heels. Every time you exhale, relax. Okay, you can even reach along your shins if you want to give yourself something uh, both touchable and measurable. And then from your shins, just slowly try to reach your hands toward your ankles, sliding, letting the stretch get even further. All right, that's about good. Let's have a seat on our heels as we get ready for our closing sequence. So sit on your heels, knees are about as wide as your mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, reach your arms forward on the mat as you come into child's pose. Forearms and forehead on the mat. Settle with your breath. Take this moment to thank your body for everything you ask it to do, everything you've asked it to do, and everything you're going to ask it to do. Settle down even further. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, come forward out of child's pose, slowly rotating onto your back or corpse pose. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Relax the legs, relax the torso, arms at your sides, and close your eyes. And see how you feel from about an hour ago when we started. Let's go for 60 seconds. I don't say a word starting in 3, 2, 1. And that was about 60 seconds. Reach the arms overhead, point the toes at the bottom. Give me a nice morning stretch. Mine was so real that I yawned, but wriggle side to side, groan. Oof. Like you don't want to get out of bed yet, but you know you have to. Because time waits for no one. All right, roll onto one of your sides and rest your head and face right on your hands. And take this moment for yourself. Whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the floor on your mat. And leading with the shoulder that's in the air. Gently push yourself back up. Ugh. And we're back to our starting position. Ooh. All right. Setting up nice and tall, lengthen your spine. Let's do 3 audible breaths. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Okay, number 2, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Last one. Let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to Namaste at our hearts. You may repeat after me if you wish. May you have clear and kind intention. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Bringing our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And then returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. Well, that was good.
Good morning.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you for joining. Have a good week, y'all.
Have a good week. Happy Monday. Have a
Gonna
good week.
rain tomorrow. Remember that.
Oh. All right. Thank you.
Ugh.
Good to know.
All righty. See ya.